Assiniboine Downs is proud to present our featured field here in race number 7. It's the 72nd running of the Manitoba Derby presented by Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries for 3-year-olds. They're going to go 1 1/8 miles for $60,000. Number 1 is Real Grace, owned by Shelley Brown, Gene McEwen, Bed Holtman, and Burnell Roan, trained by Shelley Brown with Antonio Whitehall. Number 2 is Roland Sevens, owned by Roll the Dice Stable, trained by Murray Duncan with Stanley Chady Jr. Number 3 is Something Natural, owned by Rick Clayton and Lana Wiest, R6 Stable, and Norman Tremblay, trained by Robertino Diodoro with Rico Walcott. Number 4 is Bring Home Stanley, owned by Jeffrey Drager, trained by Maria Stanford with Kwame Joseph. Number 5 is Mongolian Wind, owned by Mongolian Stable and Andy Stronach, trained by Wayne Eno with Wilmer Galvez. Number 6 is Gambler, owned by Henry Witt Jr., trained by Jerry Gorno with Rafael Zentino Jr. Number 7, Robbie's River Run was scratched. Rounding out our featured field is number 8, Mr. Unusual, owned by Henry Witt Jr., trained by Jerry Gorno with Richard Mangley. Following the running of the Manitoba Derby, Assiniboine Downs is very pleased to have on hand our CEO, Darren Dunn, to make a presentation to the winning connections. Post time for the Manitoba Derby, 2 minutes away. They're at the post, and they're off in the 72nd running of the Manitoba Derby. Breaking slow as Bring Home Stanley. From the inside, Real Grace wants to take over as the pace setter and will get the lead by a length. Roland Sevens in between horses in second. Looming on the outside, that's going to be Gambler, ensuring a tough pace. Mongolian Wind right behind them in fourth. On the rail, Bring Home Stanley. Something Natural is second to last. And Mr. Unusual, the trailer, only 5.5 lengths front to back. The opening quarter, 24 seconds. Taking over as the leader, that is Gambler. Real Grace still sitting on the rail patiently through a half in 49 2. Pulling the trigger, Mongolian Wind and Wilmer Galvez engages the leader 4 wide. That's Mr. Unusual. Something Natural starting to get in the fray, only 2.5 lengths off of it. About another 5 back to Roland Sevens and Bring Home Stanley, a dozen out of it. 3/4, 114 4. Mongolian Wind is gonna lead the field for the stretch run in the Derby. Mongolian Wind with the lead. To the outside, Mr. Unusual, relentless. Something Natural is not going to do it today. These two to the wire. Mongolian Wind, Mr. Unusual. Mongolian Wind takes the 72nd running of the Manitoba Derby. Mr. Unusual in second, and third to Something Natural. Closure is the official winner of the 72nd running of the Manitoba Derby presented by Manitoba Liquor and Lotteries. That's number 5, Mongolian Wind. Mongolian Wind is a big gelding, 3 years old, by Mucho Macho Man out of the mare Heck of a Good Time by Afternoon Delights. Owned by Mongolian Stable and Andy Stronach, trained by Wade Eno, and ridden to victory by Wilmer Galvez. Time for the 1 1/8 miles. 154. Assiniboine Hounds is very pleased to have on hand our CEO, Darren Dunn, to make that trophy presentation to the ownership of number 5, Mongolian Wind. Race 7 is official in the upcoming 8th race. Super high 5 jackpot time. The carryover, $188,000, will be paid out tonight. Number 4, Heidi Homan. The owner should read Rose Backlund. Once again in this, the 8th race. Number 4, Heidi Homan. The owner, Rose Backlund.